Right, hello guys, we're watching the Geek Cinema, and today we're talking about Fear of the Walking Dead. Series 4, episode 5 to 8. Series 4 had a good start with with episode 1 to 4. I really enjoyed it. Maybe it was just that night, but God, 5 to 8 was a tough watch. It was actually dragging, and it brought me back to series 1 and 2 vibes of, oh. The bits that I respected before, like the color grading between present day being the black and white instead of the past, they were still doing, which is fair enough. Just obviously them the jumping between present day and the past so much, and we get an episode with episode 5, I think, was just with this other guy, that single own story of how he got to where he is. It's fair enough, but none of these characters make me care for them, and none of them make me invested enough to really just be like, yeah, let's have a full-on one episode on this guy that I don't give a crap about. And it's like, it just lost me. And of course, it jumps back to when Morgan and that other guy and stuff are getting gunpoint with our main characters, and it jumps to there. Then it jumps to them telling the story of other things going on in the build-up to the big stadium being destroyed, which we still don't know anything happens with that until episode 8. And I have to say, episode 6 and 7 was still not as good. You know, episode 5 was definitely the worst for me, but episode 6 and 7 were just, I felt like episode 8 was the best one I've watched out of them all, because we just sat down, we had it all out, we had some fights, we had some mishaps in episode 7, which was fair enough. But episode 8, we just sat down and we told the story, and just the teasing was not interesting me at all. So then finally telling us how the mom actually dies, we finally know what happens to the stadium, and that sacrifice play actually was a thing. Because I was thinking the mom, they think that she's dead, she's not actually dead, sort of thing. And we do get, I think it's in episode 6 or 7, I'm not sure, the mom telling a brief story. It turned out the woman recording everyone actually spoke to the mom, but she didn't realise that this is her daughter in present day. So I was like, that's a bit of a cop-out, I felt. Surely something will be ringing bell of similar conversations to go, oh yeah. But because she records every single person, maybe she doesn't remember who she's recording, because she's just like, obsessed with recording their people's stories so much. She doesn't even know who she's recording, and she just gets it. And then once she's got it, she's just like, all right, I don't need you anymore. Here's some food, off you go, you know? And then she forgets about them, which is like ridiculous, I feel. She has this obsession with that, but you know. The anger of the daughter wanting to kill this woman, I totally get. And Morgan, obviously being Morgan, trying to stop her and morally teach her to do that, I liked. But I also got why the daughter was so out of character. Because she was definitely out of character. But she was out of character with grief and anger and outstruck between this. And Morgan does what he does. He does what best. And he persuades her the other way. And, you know, I like that. I like all of that with the acting between them. I thought it was decent. So yeah, the big reveal, of course, the mother dying, taking all the zombies to the stadium, and then literally setting the place on fire and sacrifice herself so that her family, her friends can escape. And all they can do is watch from a distance that heroic sacrifice, which is, it's a good way to go out, I feel like. Yeah, you know what, that was good. But I just fear now, fear of the Walking Dead, I fear that the group is nothing without her. She's like the main character, it felt like. Like Rick leaving the main show of The Walking Dead, but they managed to make it work and continue on. Whereas I'm thinking Morgan needs to step up here, because he's the saviour. He's the one that can hopefully make this gel. And reason I say Morgan particularly, because he's on the cover of the box set that I have, and he's on the last series as well, and as a main focus point. So I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely going to hammer it home. This is Morgan's show now. I feel like that's the vibe we're going to get. But he has obviously some big contenders, like the daughter still has a massive attitude and a massive character in this show. The guy who owns the boat, yeah, again, still not remembering their characters' names, and I'm giving up at this point of trying to, because the only one I got was the brother, the son. He died, so you know I don't need to remember his name anymore. But yeah, I struggle with learning these characters' names for some reason. Whereas Michonne, Rick, Negan, Daryl, Maggie, you know, so many different characters. Michonne, I can remember because they're memorable and made me care. Whereas I'm really struggling, and I think the only reason I'm continuing on with this show is because I actually bought it and I'm stingy and I want to make my worth of my money, but also because I want to review it for you guys and give my first reactions. This is my first time watching this show, and honestly, it's gone so downhill with me being negative all the time, and I hate that because I loved the main show, and that's why I bought this spin-off, because I loved the main show so much. That I've got Negan's bat, I've got Rick's sacrifice is let me go to it quick. Like, I've got the bridge scene where he's sacrificing himself and there's loads of zombies attacking him. You know, I've got the other spin-offs, and then I've been lucky enough to meet we're gonna, you know, Aaron from The Walking Dead. You know, so you know I'm a big fan of this franchise. I've been enjoying this first time watching for so long, but it's just a struggle with Fear of the Walking Dead. It's actually hard. It's a chore. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give it my best go again. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna hopefully episode 9 to wherever episode next with series 4 it can pick up, because I felt like it was doing that with series 3. I can honestly say series 3 is the best series of Fear of the Walking Dead at this point in time. But series 4 was getting there, and now it's dropped down again from these episodes, and it's like, right, so series 3 is the best this is ever going to get, is it? Because I hated series 1 and 2, and series 3 was decent, but series 4 had the massive step up, and I was loving where it was going. I was going, this is going to be so good, I'm really getting hooked in this, and now I've just dropped again, and it's just like, I don't think series 4 is going to beat series 3. But that's my thoughts and opinions, guys. Yeah, I'm going to continue. I'm going to see where we go next with the characters. They've all kind of made a civil partnership now. They've all told their stories. They're all together. And yes, she's the reason my brother died. Or, you know, I thought it was sort of Chinese whisperers miscommunicating. And then finally they've all sat down. They've all talked in the campfire. And they've finally settled their differences in ways. And I feel like they're finally coming as a group, which is good. It can be a good step up in the right direction, I feel. But yeah, that's all I've got to say, really. What am I going to rank these episodes out of 10? Hoo-wee! I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. A 4 out of 10. It's not even better than average. 4 out of 10. Yeah, it's dropped. What can I say, guys? That's my thoughts and opinions on these episodes. I will continue on with next time. That's my thoughts and opinions. Of course, we don't just do Walking Dead. This is my first time reacting. We do Marvel, DC, Doctor Who, Rick and Morty, you name it. We're supposed to be for a geek like me. So join Journey and subscribe. I'll see you guys on a review very soon. Have a nice day.